as that apostle said, Lord, I believe, help thou my unbelief. Now that's a paradox. It doesn't seem right to have faith and belief and then not have enough faith and belief, but that's the way it is. You got to grow in grace. You got to grow in faith. You don't have faith enough to do things when you first get born again. Amen, y'all. You got to grow in it. You got to have experience in the Lord. You got to get to know him better. You got to get to know who he is in relationship to yourself. And here's a freshman saying, Lord, my servant is at home sick of the palsy grievously, but if you say the word, he can be healed. Lord, have mercy. I want you to gain some ground today. I want you to start believing what you say. You've been saying it long enough. But that song we sang, I know the Lord will make a way. Oh, yes, he will. Well, now tell me why you get right through singing that song and your tears start flowing through your eyes for sadness. You get a lump in your throat and you walk around with a bow down. But you said you know the Lord will make a way. I want you to quit doing that. And when I say I'm talking about the wisdom of the word, not Cockerham. Because I just told you I suffer from the same syndrome. But I want you to work it out yourself and start believing what you sing about and what you pray about. And let the Lord work in your life. He is willing and ready to work in your life. And it's usually according to your faith. And the only way to grow in faith is to believe what God said he would do. And then go out believing that it's already done. Folks used to say, name it and claim it. Well, sometimes you can do that, but sometimes when you name it, you're naming the wrong thing. And if you claim it, you got the wrong thing. Say amen. So what you do is name it before the one who is able to discern whether it's good or bad for you. Because he has a way of refusing you when you ask him for something that's going to hurt you. Amen. Anybody here witness? He'll stop you right in your tracks and not give you what you just asked for your own protection. I'm almost through, believe it or not.
Come on, preacher. Good preaching.
Then he shocked me.
Yeah, Lord.
He shocked me. And I said to you that many shall come from the east and west and sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. Folk gonna come from every direction. But the children of the kingdom, did y'all hear that? Ussums. The folks that are supposed to be kingdom bound. Born again. Set apart. Sanctified. Those of us who are sitting here today shall be cast out into outer darkness, and there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Why? Because of your lack of faith and trust in the Lord. Because ultimately that will backfire. For when you said you were born again, did you really believe before your baptism? Or were you doing it because somebody else did it? Was your salvation injected into you by somebody else who said, I believe you're a Christian? Or do you know for yourself that you have been born again? That you have been born of the Spirit of God? All I'm doing is serving up what's on this planet. I didn't do it myself. The Lord led me there. And you need to read it for yourself. I haven't seen it like this in all Israel. So what am I saying in this whole situation? The Lord is able to take care of your needs immediately. Do you believe this? Dr. Motley, I'm telling you, I have been in a position where I've needed him right now. And he's been there right now. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I'm talking about I needed him locally right now. And I petitioned his throne and he answered me right on the spot. He answered me before the words were out of my mouth. He was already answering the prayer. Say amen, church. But you got to know it for yourself. You can't go by my witness. You got to have your personal witness. And if God has worked with you locally, he'll work with you on long distance. He can talk with you while you're walking. He can talk with you while you're flying. He can answer your prayers at your home while you're in Mississippi. He can talk to you while you're flying and answer your prayers while you're in Canada. He's able, I tell you, to answer your prayer along you. You ought to pray for folks that are messing up. You ought to pray for folks who are not doing right. You ought to pray for folks who are running rather than coming. You ought to pray for folks, whether they love you or not. Pray for them that despitefully use you. Do good to them that hate you. Draw folks unto you. Draw them unto the Lord. Don't let folks go to hell. Shucking and jiving. Don't be no shucking and jiving Christian.
Amen.
Don't be saying words that are not in your vocabulary. Say the words that you have learned and appreciate and know that God can hear and answer prayer. Don't say that unless you really mean it in your heart. I know the Lord will make a way. Yes, he will. So you need to have faith local and long distance. Amen. 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 Let's stand.